Yeah. All right, let's put this link in here. Just in time prepping. I don't know what's going on with this camera. Don't ask everybody. I can't. I don't know. Alrighty. Just in time prepping. That's where I've been asked to be on Monday morning. Or Monday evening, I'm sorry. So I don't know who's awake. I think I saw Tessie. I think I saw Elegant Homestead up. Jam House is up and rocking. That I saw. Maybe. Well, maybe. Oh. Now, if this is going to be another stream like this, we are not going to do this again. I am not going to put my time out. And nobody be awake. I have to do these at a different time slot or something. Oh my God. Time to shave. What do you think? Just trim it back a bit or take it all off? What do you think? Comment below. I just did a different video. I haven't released it yet. And the way this is going, I'm not going to release this one either. Now, this is a bad time slot. 7 a.m. I'm just either striking out or nobody wants to hear this stuff anymore. They're tired of hearing from me. Probably tired from hearing from me. Food emergencies. It's coming. Oh, is it coming? What do I got to do? Pull a Bobby stunt to get people in here? Oh, I'm leaving. I'm going to leave the internet. I'm going to leave YouTube. I am never going to do another video. Just call me Bobby McNutt. 10 minutes later, he's back on a different live stream. Mr. Frozen, my friend, my buddy. How you been? Was starting to wonder about you. Yeah, dude, he did it for drama. He did it just to get views. That's Bobby. And he giggles to himself and thinks it's funny. You know, you can only cry wolf how many times? Mr. Nerd of the North, good morning, sir. Somebody else been missing too. 320 Homestead. I'm wondering where that lady's been. So what's been going on, Frozen? You working that hard and you got that many days in? You just haven't been around? Yeah, well, he's had issues. He's been swatted. Another YouTuber got swatted off his channel. Actually, 3, if I understood it correctly, have been swatted directly from Bobby McNutt's channel while they were streaming on Bobby McNutt's channel. So he's got a very specific troll doing this. And the police are on it. All the bells and whistles and flags and letters have all been sent. the police are on it. They're monitoring his channel. Google is actually monitoring Bobby's channel um, to go after the trolls um, and to put a stop to this because it's felony. This is major. People could get killed over this kind of stupid stuff. One live streamer that was on Bobby's channel was actually sitting on her front porch with her phone streaming when the SWAT team rolled up. So you can imagine how well that went over. And one of the SWAT teams is their next door neighbor. So it wasn't like it was addressed violently. It's just the idea. You send these guys in the middle of the night, they're already on edge. They're already on edge because you woke them all up to get them there at 2 a.m. This is hardcore. And if it's who we think it is, boy, people are in for a surprise. They've made this lady a moderator. They're in for a surprise. Oh yeah, dude, there's been a lot going on. A lot of stuff has been going on that people are unaware of over there around Bobby's channel. And that's why I mean I go, I hang out. Um, just the time schedules are so screwed up. I'm I'm looking for work. I'm trying to get get a new job. And I got to get back into a regular sleep schedule. So I can't be there on Bobby's channel at night when all of this madness is going on. SWAT doesn't want to come here anyways. I mean, what a waste of time. But, and I know most of them, at least locally, I know them. Well, they would send people, nerd. They would. But things would be, I mean, it would just be so complicated for them to get a Norway number, even a reflective Norway number, um, to then get a hold of the police, speak to them in Norwegian, tell them that you've murdered your wife, tell them that you're a risk to yourself or whatever, because that's what they're doing. They're claiming the worst of the worst scenario. In Bobby's situation, Bobby's got other windows that are open. He's got nothing to hide. And one of the SWAT officers was watching Bobby. And when Bobby saw the flashlight and Bobby stood up, they saw him pick up the weapon. He has every right to at that time of the morning when somebody's on his property. So he hadn't broken any laws at that point. So when he hit the door, they already knew he was armed. So it wasn't, I mean, he wasn't catching anybody off guard. It wasn't like he threw all the lights on and burst out his door with an AK ready to fire. He just had a handgun, which any normal American would do. That's just so Bobby was in the clear. Bobby was good to go. And they had actually had a police officer, to my understanding, in the chatting with Bobby at the same time that the phone call came in or shortly thereafter. So, I mean, they were all up and up. They all knew what was going on. It wasn't like any of this was hidden. I think they were surprised that Bobby was still live streaming while all of this was going on, and Bobby never shut the cameras off. But yeah, this particular troll, this is a problem. This is a big problem. We'll get it addressed. We'll get it solved. Oh yeah, God, yeah. It's so easy to track that stuff, even if they're using a VPN, and even if they're this, and even if they're that, and they're using a blank call service, and they're doing this, that, or the other. Even with all of that technology, the computer or the device randomly making these calls or logging into these websites leaves a fingerprint behind. It leaves the processor PIN number behind, if that's a way of putting it. And without taking the processor out and putting a new one in, you can't hide. Everywhere you go on the internet, you leave a print. Doesn't matter. You can hide you can VPN everything you want. You can virtually protect yourself all the ways you want. Doesn't matter. Every time your computer goes into a website, it leaves a fingerprint behind for that specific device. So it doesn't matter. And if you're stupid enough to call 911 with your device, whether you're doing it VPN or not, doesn't make any difference. Oh, what's this? This looks like Jam House is playing one of Frozen's songs right now. Sweet. Say, you're still getting playtime, Frozen, even though you're not out here. Honestly, nerd, this particular individual will come into your channel all sweet and nice, get into you with Facebook, all sweet and nice, demand a wrench, and if for any reason you disagree with this individual and what she does with her wrench on your channel, she will turn on you. And this is the end result. You can ban her from the channel. You have to, because she will go in and go back to your old streams and start kicking out your friends and start banning your friends. They'll vicious, and she's got, if I understood correctly, she's got family members helping her do this damage. It's somebody who knows the rules, demanding a wrench. Just yeah, it's. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If it ever makes media, yeah, yeah. And if rumor has it, I mean that they are. Bobby surrendered his laptop, so all the emails are there. All the live streams are there. All the chat is there. All the different videos are accessible. So everything's stored on Bobby's computer. The police have. This has turned into a major investigation because, a false 911 claim. There's a crime right there. Crossing a state line with that false claim. There's another claim. It's bad. It's and it hasn't stopped. It wasn't like they just called and filed the claim on Bobby. Now they are filing the claims on people on Bobby's channel. So some very gracious channels, some very good channels have stepped up, from the UK, from Canada, and a couple of others that immediately will jump on Bobby's live stream, giving out their information freely to get this troll to cross international borders with these false claims and these false calls and make these threats. Because they've threatened Bobby's life more than once. They've threatened these other people. So I mean, this is major crime stuff that these people are doing. And all they're ultimately doing is giving the powers that be more reason to restrict the internet and to clamp down on things. because of these kind of issues. They're going to have to eventually. But these people are setting precedents. They really are. They've gone that far off the deep end that they're setting the precedents and going to cause the problems. It's bad. It's bad all the way around. It's bad. Oh no, it's what they're doing is right now they're hitting on people that go on his live streams. That's why I say these Grace's channels have been stepping up and getting on Bobby's live streams, egging him on, egging the troll on. Go ahead, call SWAT on me. Cross an international line, cross a country line, turn this into a international incident. Go ahead, to amp up the crimes, to make this more recognized and more seen. Because this just gives Google precedence to stop the multiple email accounts. I mean, look at how trolls have 50 accounts at their fingertips. All of them are registered Google email, and then they immediately go in and fire up a bad channel on YouTube, and all the way around, it's just bad. It's excess bandwidth they don't need. It's this, it's that, it's the other. And Google needs to clamp down on it and put a stop to it. They have to. They have to. Eventually, they have to. They've got to stop the cyber crimes. They have to. This is going to be this could be the one to set the precedence. Oh, Bobby's a good channel, and the guy will give you the shirt off his back to help you. He's good people, and this kind of stuff, it shouldn't take place. It shouldn't happen to good people, but it does. That's our world. That's what we've become. They get a kick out of it, or they think they're getting back at Bobby because they banned that individual from being a moderator on his channel. Like, my God, being a moderator is not that important. I mean, I understand when you choose to be unhealthy and live in your house and all you have is YouTube. This is your world, and this is everything to you. It's ridiculous. It's childish. It's there's a lot of people out there that this works for them. And they closed all the psych wards. Just go there. Across the United States and across the world, I understand, and they release these people onto the streets. There's on a whole agenda there that our society has actually become so backwards and so disoriented that even the people that would have been in these psych wards and what have you seem normal on our streets. Now, there's the extreme of the extreme, but the majority of these people are functioning in society, and nobody even notices that they're there because our society's so screwed up. It's kind of the backwards idea of you strive to be better. Well, they've put a lower denominator in. They're grading on a curve, so everybody's actual grades go down, and you're not striving for excellence. That's kind of what they've done to our soil. It's not something to be proud of, but we're number one in the world in the most depleted soils, thanks to Roundup, thanks to Monsanto. Our soils are so bad that we are 85% deficient in everything in our growing soils across the country. And we're leading the world. So where we used to be the food provider for the entire planet, we can't anymore. We can't even sustain for ourselves. And I posted the link earlier. I'll post it again. I've been asked to do a panel talking about food and talking about gardens. Um, Monday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Mountain Time. Just in Time Prepping has asked me to come over on his channel. There's the link, uh, to talk about this, to talk about gardens, garden situations, and what have you. Um, my biggest complaint is I've given really big channels this book for free to please talk favoritively about it, to get the word out that there's a way of helping yourselves if you don't know how to do this stuff. And these channels won't talk about the book. They've got their free copy, they read it, they're utilizing the information from the book, but they won't talk about it because I won't pay them. I can't afford to pay them. One channel wants $500 just to talk nice about the book. I'm struggling. I'm struggling big time. I'm looking at bankruptcy now, because I can't get this thing to move. I go into Nerd's channel and hang out there, and I'm not there to sell the book. I'm not. I go over there to hang out with Nerd and to be with the Nerd fam. Um, but even the few times he's talked about the channel and what have you, those people are all there for the same reason, and they're all there to wake up, have a good time, and they're not interested in growing their channel and helping another channel and learning how to do this kind of stuff and what have you. They're gamers. I get it. I get it. Even Nerd won't read the book. Get it. I understand. Uh, Nerd's not a book reader though. Nerd's in a different world and a different mindset. I don't. I understand that. I tried to write the book in such a way that somebody like Nerd would get enthralled by the book and read the book. But apparently I failed. Even in the bathroom, he won't read it. So it's just kind of one of them things. I failed. I failed Nerd in writing this book because it wouldn't keep him engaged enough that he would finish reading the book that only takes 2 hours to read. Uh, okay, okay. I don't know how to write the book for Nerd. I don't. I really don't. Um, but this information's got to get out. Norway's going to face it this year. Jason's there. He actually works in the industry, so he's going to see it. You haven't seen it yet, Frozen, but you're getting ready to. Thank God you found work. Do whatever you have to do to stay there. Um, Food prices are going to go up this year in drastic forms, very drastic. If you can afford to order in preparedness prepper foods, what have you, do so, buddy. I'm warning you, do so. Um, you will thank me. You will thank me before Christmas. I'm telling you, go to any one of these Patriot Food Supplies or what have you, and spend the $500 and order in a few months worth of food. You will thank me. Yeah, it seems odd, doesn't it? You can go to one of these Patriot Supply, and I know I'm not giving you the right name, and you can buy 3 months worth of food for $500. Do that math. You're talking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for two, and you're alone, so you could make half the meal, not all of it, half the meal, and keep the rest in dry goods and eat it the next day or something. But, dude, 3 months worth of food for $500. That alone would be a tremendous savings for you living alone. When you see where the food prices are going to go before winter, brother, you're going to thank me left and right. And that's not even because you planted a garden. That's just for giving you this advice. Dude, go buy preparedness foods now, right now. If you can afford it, buy it. I don't care what's a week's worth is going to save you, and then buy more and buy stockpile, dude. You will thank me. Oh my God, will you thank me? You're going to save thousands of dollars when other people are struggling to eat and you're stuffed. You will thank me. Things are bad. Things are really bad, and they're going to get worse. So much worse. Um, yeah, things are not good. Um, and they're not going to get better. They can't. They can't. As long as our farmers continue on this NPK system, this idea that you only need 16 vitamins and minerals for every plant on that they grow on their farm. They don't understand the human body. They don't understand their own livestock. They need more. The human body and livestock, all living creatures, need more than 16 fundamental elements added to the food to survive and be healthy. It's it's not 16, which is what the NPK system preaches. It's not 16. And when you spray down the insecticides and the pesticides and the antifungals and the this and the that's and the others, you limit what the food can actually absorb. Because when you knock down the food web, which brings these minerals back to the plants, when you kill that, you kill the human being eating that food. That's what people are misunderstanding. When you put the food web back into place, the planet heals itself. The food web goes out and brings back what each one of these individual plants need in exchange for sugar. That's what the food web thrives on. They thrive on plant sugar. And when you hit that with a pesticide, you hit that with a fungicide, you stop it. The food can't absorb because you just stopped its ability. It's like giving you a soda to drink. The only way to drink from the soda is through a straw, and they come over with a pair of vice grips and clamp off 30%, 40%, 50% of the straw and say you only have a limited amount of time to drink this because the grow season's only so long. But we're going to limit what you can get. Are you going to be able to drink that soda? No, you can't. Not when you're limited. And what the food web does is it goes out up to over a mile away and brings back the individual things that the individual plants are asking for. A mile to bring back because our soils are so depleted. 85% depletion recorded by the scientists in the United States. We have to stop. We have to stop. We got to put it back. If we don't fix the soil, we don't fix anything. We all just continue getting sick and sicker and sicker and worse and worse and worse till we're all dead. They want to talk about the zombie apocalypse. Well, give everybody 5G and let them continue wandering into traffic you'll see the zombie apocalypse, because that's coming. People are already getting hit by cars and trains and what have you because they're on their cell phones not paying attention. That stuff's covered up by the media. You're not allowed to know that. But it's already happening. It's already here. And I'm giving you the simplest possible solution to fix this problem on a global scale. Here's the solution. It's not complicated. I've got another link. And Frozen, you'll probably, oh no, where did it go? No, don't do that. Shoot, I don't know what I did with it. It's in another one of my videos. Oh, here it is. Found it. I'm going to give you a link, Frozen. Because I know you had talked about wanting to do pot gardening, not pot plant, growing things in a pot. Here's a link. It's my link. So if you purchase it through here, I get paid. Follow that link. This is a very specific mineral, very specific thing. 70 of the 90 minerals that are needed are here. Now, I don't know if you've read the book yet, but I talk about the importance of composting. You don't have the ability to. Okay? And I understand that. I wasn't allowed to put this in the book because of copyright law until I had authorization. So it's not in the book. This is a specific set of minerals that's pre compost. It has been sitting in these fields in Utah, buried under stone, and never composted. It doesn't need to. And it's plant-based, okay? If you had the ability to compost, you could do this yourself. You don't have the ability to compost. This particular substance that's in that link is pre-compost. It never got hot enough to compost, but it sat and it broke down and it did its thing. And it's very mineral rich. It is everything you need. Everything you need. So get the cheapest liquid form there, whatever, doesn't matter, and apply that to your pots to grow whatever it is you're going to grow. And it doesn't matter. It applies to all of them. It's everything and more that your soil and the food web are going to need to deliver to the plants to give you the best possible. And you don't have to compost. It's already there. It's like one step ahead of compost without actually heating, because it had millions of years. This is a prehistoric plant-based 70 minerals and elements that your plants need. You yourself need it. You could, I would not recommend this one. You could eat this, but so no composting, no chasing other substances. It's eliminating 3 other steps for regular gardening. Okay. So yeah, where you look at it, go, man, that's a little expensive, but you're eliminating 3 steps that you would normally have to use. So you're actually saving in the long run. And what you're going to get from your grown products are going to blow your mind. Incredible flavors, incredible growth. Um, Other gardeners, see, I couldn't talk about this before. I couldn't talk about it in the book because of copyright. Other gardeners that are using this particular group are getting 3 times the size, 3 times the growth, 3 times the sugar base, which is a measurement from plants using this particular one. So cherry tomatoes are coming out like full-size tomatoes with that many more. The plants are that much healthier. This is, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal because all of the elements are met ahead of time. Hey, Miss JC, good morning, dear. All of the stuff is met. All of the criteria is met. So you're 3 steps ahead of yourself with this particular one, Frozen. So it's a really, really, really good idea to jump on board with this one. And if you're gonna ever consider getting out of there and getting into a house of your own or what have you, having this stuff in stockpile to treat your yard in and to treat your garden in, you will thank me. I'm telling you, and that's what it's all about. The days of the Good Samaritan, when you are blamed for helping somebody, it's a bad thing nowadays. The days of the Good Samaritan are gone. When you're the bad guy for stopping and giving of yourself and helping somebody without getting a paycheck for it, those days are gone. That's how society has been twisted, to think that a Good Samaritan is the bad guy nowadays. Like I continue to say, and I will continue to say the rest of my life, I will get my rewards in heaven. I've now left my mark on the planet with this book. I've given 5 years going into bankruptcy over this damn thing. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. C'est la vie. It is what it is. I've given. I will get my rewards in heaven. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But the information's there to turn this all around and make a comparative difference. So yeah, Frozen, when I said, before being able to talk about this particular product, when I said I knew ways of making major differences, even people in apartments can use, I wasn't kidding. This is one of those ones that you don't have to compost. You don't have to worry about its sterility. It's already sterilized and cleaned up. They've already taken the steps to make sure there's nothing bad. This is just strictly soil amendment fix. Safe soil amendment fix. Even the prehistoric dangers have been eliminated up front. And you don't have to compost. You don't have to store. This is a dry good. You don't have to this. You don't have to that. And it's everything you need. Oh, dude, there's so much there, and it's all mine. So it all comes back to me. I've been registered with that company now for over 15 years. I just don't preach it. This is a book channel. Yeah, I talk about some other stuff, but what I don't talk about is that in that link, and JC, the link I'm talking about is the one right there with my name on it. I just posted it above you just as you were coming in. Um, I don't talk about the holistics. I don't talk about I don't talk about the medical stuff. I know. I try not to. I don't want to mix the two channels. I don't want to mix the two worlds. But holistic medicines and helping your health past the garden and getting everything that your body needs and curing diabetes, curing brain disease, um, dementia, and what yeah, I'm into all of that. I've been into it for many, many, many years. When my parents died from cancer, I got into this. And this is the best company in the country. You can't get this stuff anywhere else. Um, but I don't talk about it here. I don't want to be an infomercial. I don't want to be I'm, a, 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 I'm not a doctor. Okay. There are doctors that run this company that have been sued, have gone all the way to Washington, D.C., in the court system to make the claims that they claim. Diabetes is curable. They have the cure. Everything that ails you turns out to come back to what you're eating. Okay. And people look at this and go, wow, this stuff's really expensive. Wow, this stuff's the number one on the planet, first and foremost. And what you misunderstand, and what most people misunderstand, your diet currently consists of stuff to fulfill your stomach's emptiness. Here's an interesting fact that when you're not hungry because you have met all of your dietary needs and then some, because you're taking the correct amount of minerals for your body to heal itself of everything that ails it, your budget goes down. Your spending budget goes down in your grocery store. You don't need all of this extra garbage, the chips and the fillers and the this and the that's and the others to be healthy. When you get off the medications and get off the junk food and are feeding yourself what your body actually needs, cravings stop. Your food consumption goes down and you're still meeting everything. Weight loss instantly kicks in. Your mind clears up. Your cognitive ability comes back. Your energy levels go up while you're eating less food and you're consuming less food. So by the time you eliminate the drugs, eliminate the food, you're going to actually find that you're spending less money and still getting everything you need by taking these vitamins and following these regimens. Yeah, you still need outside exterior proteins and different things, but when you balance one for the other, you're getting healthier, you're taking fewer drugs, your bone mass is getting stronger, your muscle mass is getting stronger, you have more energy. Like like if you could wake up in the morning and be so full of energy that you don't need a cup of coffee, you eliminate coffee from your diet. So coffee filters, coffee, a coffee machine that requires electricity, you just eliminated all that from your monthly food bill, your monthly electric bill, because you're already full of energy when you wake up because you're taking the vitamins. You don't need medications for heart disease and pancreatic disease and mind disorders and healing this, that, or the other. Like now I don't wear a wedding ring anymore because I got injured. I got stuck in a door jam trying to turn off an alarm system to disengage something. I got stuck in the door jam and the ring sliced my finger open to the bone. So I wrapped up my hand and what have you, closed the store, and went to the emergency room. They refused to service me because I've not been vaccinated and I will not be vaccinated. They refused me service. So I got a hold of a buddy of mine because the bleeding finally stopped after an hour. I got a hold of an EMT from the military, and he was going to come over in a couple of days because the bleeding had stopped, so everything was okay, and I got the ring off. He come over in a couple of days, and the damn thing had already started healing itself. He was blown away. Well, it's because of the vitamins and the colloidal silver I take. It was already healing itself. There's no scar. Where I would have had stitches and had scarring, I don't have that because I'm eating healthy enough. I'm on the vitamins and the minerals. I over and see, that's another thing that the doctor understood when he built this company. Yes, silver rich water, colloidal silver. Um, it's the natural antibacterial. It's already in the vitamins. When he built his original company and was doing it as a doctor, the amount of vitamins and pills that people had to buy to cure their problems was astronomical. And he himself sat back and said, this can't happen. I can't expect 200, 300, 400, 800 people to be buying this many unknown vitamins on a monthly basis and get healthy. And he went looking and he found a stockpile of these minerals naturally occurring and has put it in this supplement. You're getting 70 plus for the mighty 90. You're getting it all from that website. You're getting everything the human body needs. You're not buying a multitude of vitamins to try and fix yourself. One deal. If you went out and tried to buy this, it's 3 times the cost. I did a price comparison 5 years ago of going out to the grocery store and actually a couple of these other so-called companies that sell vitamins, and did the price comparison to buy all the 90 for a monthly basis for my size, my weight, was going to be in excess of $800. Buying it from this company that I promote, um, my 90 for life, was $120. I don't even need to say anymore. $800 to get the equivalent vitamins, or $120 to get the same vitamins in excess for what the human body needs. So yeah, you look at those prices over on that site and you go, wow, oh my God. You don't understand. As soon as your body is fulfilled, it no longer craves. As soon as your body is fulfilled, you no longer need caffeine. You no longer need or want the McDonald's French fries. You know, all of these cravings go away naturally. It's not something you're demanding of your body. So you're not going on a diet. You just don't want them anymore. You know, we all love the heavy salted Lay's potato chips. Well, when you think about how much sodium is in those damn things, it'll kill you. But when you sit down, like with the Pringles, what's the thing that the Pringles company says? You can't just eat just one. Well, when your body is fulfilled with everything that it actually needs and wants in the mineral world, yes, you can. You can actually walk away from a Pringles can and never open it, not even want it. That's the advantage of getting all of the right things in your body, and getting all of the right things in your food. My only sermon, my only preaching is that, yeah, it's great to have the multitude of this in the middle of winter, but to truly, truly, truly get this stuff, the stuff your body wants, you got to grow it yourself and consume the actual food versus the vitamin or the vitamin filler or the what have you. Um, So you can actually save in your spending. And with the way foods are getting ready to explode on the shelves and be so expensive, you guys don't understand how bad things are. With all of this flooding and all of these farms that got wiped out, you don't understand. They did this deliberately to drive the prices up so that you can't afford it. This is a deliberate move on their part. All deliberate. It's all part of the plan. Yeah, it's the tinfoil hat stuff, but you're going to see it. The prices are going to be astronomical on the shelves this year, and nobody's going to be able to afford to eat the right way. So they're going to eat any piece of garbage they can get their hands on that they can afford. And it's all going to be plastics and chemicals. And it's going to make us all sicker before next year. If you can get your hands on the vitamins and fix yourself, go for it. Save yourself a fortune. I still recommend grow your own, fix the planet. We can't just hide in a vitamin bottle. Fix the planet, fix the food web, fix the soils. All of that is available. All you can do all of that. The information's in the book. I'm not hiding anything. Everything's available. Everything is available. Maybe that was a mistake on my part. Maybe I should have made it a two-part book, and maybe I should have alluded to and tried to sell two books instead of one. I'm the good Samaritan. I'm sorry. That's the way I've always been. I will always stop to help somebody in need. And I don't worry about my own health and my own safety. I carry a gun. I'm not worried about it. I put everything in the book. All the details I could legally copyright and put in the book are here. I have all the permissions. I finally got the permission from My 90 for Life to talk about their product because it's pre-compost. People don't understand what that means. If you don't have to compost in your yard, that's one less element and one less step you have to take in your yard to have the perfect garden. This product is that product. I could not put it in the book because I didn't have the authorization. Now I have it. I have to resubmit, and I'm already going bankrupt over the book, but it's going to cost me more money to submit another version of the book to get this information in the book. I hate to do it. It's going to cost me another $100, 75 to $100 to submit another one to Amazon to get this information in the book. I couldn't get copyright authorization before. Now I have it. I still need to talk to a couple of those people. I'm still a month away, but shit, I may not even be here in a month. I can't afford to be here. It is what it is. I put everything into this book to try and get this information out to everybody. And I'm going bankrupt doing it. That's okay. I'll survive. But I may have to shut everything off and go away. And it's not a choice. It's just something I'm going to have to do. If I got to declare bankruptcy and go away, I got to go away. But I left my mark. I did. Tessie, if you're listening, I searched your Amazon links for books. I'm really disappointed my book didn't make it on your Amazon links. You need to talk to Scott about that. But yeah, really disappointed I didn't make it. Really, really, really disappointed. Not one of your recommended books on Amazon. Thanks, Tessie. Anyways, the reason I come on just to BS and Frozen, I am so glad I saw you. And I am going to just do an announcement video, but Just in Time Prepping has asked me to be on his live show Monday night, 7:30 Mountain Time. I think that's 8:30 for you, JC, in Texas, and it's 9:30 here Eastern Standard Time. Just in time prepping is right here. This is the link to his channel. Tell everybody, shout it out, let everybody know. We're talking food. We're talking the importance, the values, and the dangers of our current food situation. Um, People don't understand. They don't understand. They need to hear this. This one needs to go out. This is an important one. Our food's bad. Grocery store food is bad. Real bad. Other channels are talking about it, but we're going to get on Will's channel, which is Just in Time Prepping. That's the link I just put up, everybody. We're going to talk about it. I don't know how many gardeners he's bringing on. He has read the book. He has put this to use in his garden. He's blown away by the results. He'll probably be talking about that. But the food situation is bad. You got to start gardening on your own because you're not going to be able to afford food in a grocery store by next year. It's that bad. Things are going to get really, really, really hard for a lot of people. If you're not canning, start canning. Do what you need to do. Protect yourself. But we're going to talk about that on the link I just put up. JCT, that's true, but it's not true. There are 1,000 known pollinators. Okay. Yes, the honeybee is the most important one, but there are 1,000 different bugs that pollinate all of our plants that are part of this group. Them wiping out the honeybee is tremendously detrimental because that's really all they did was just pollinate to gather honey and what have you. And they wiped them out. But there's 1,000. We're safe and we can bring the honeybee back. But they all of this is one mega plan for human population control on a global scale. And we all fell for it. We all paid for it. This fixes that problem. This book goes that far. This fixes the global problem by taking care of yourself. We know that doesn't sound right, but if each and every one of us did our part, no matter what they do to the globalists lose because we're all taking care of ourselves. It fixes the problem. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely, JC. And our tax dollars and your grocery store dollars are paying for it. Because every time you go to the grocery store and you buy their food, you're supporting another Monsanto farm continuing to grow food. When people stop going to the grocery store, the power of the purse, because the food there is no good and the food there is not healthy, and you're not supposed. Those grocery stores are going to demand Monsanto go away, and they're going to demand truly organic foods. And truly organic don't qualify in the United States. Truly organic in England qualifies. The standards are set so low in the United States because the entire process is to eliminate the United States citizens first, because we're the ones willing to stand up and fight. And we'll put an end to the globalists if we're allowed to survive. So they've convinced all of us to go ahead and eat all of this garbage, make ourselves all sick, kill ourselves, so that they can come in, fix the problems in the United States, and turn this all into growing lands for themselves. That's how that's the plan. That's the game plan. You can't have people in the midst of that game plan that know what true freedom is. They have to eliminate the United States citizens first, reclaim these lands for themselves. It's a global conspiracy, and we're paying for it every time we go to the grocery store. And we're getting sicker and sicker every time we go for lack of knowledge. They don't want you to know this. Here's the cure. Here's the solution. Here's the way to fix it. Here's the way to go the other direction. But we're going to talk about that on Just in Time Prepping. There's the link. I'm going to post another video as soon as I close this out, and I'm getting ready to right now because I'm over an hour. I didn't even want to be involved this long, but so for those of you that are here, there's some links in chat. Check those out. Listen to what I've had to say. There's ways to fix this. There's ways to fix this. I've been invited to talk on Just-in-Time Prepping. Hey, what's going on? I'll be there Monday night to talk about this global situation, to talk about farming, to talk about gardening for yourself, to talk about the dangers and the toxins of our current food situation and what it's going to cost you. Because the prices are getting ready to go up, and they're going to go up so high you can't afford to eat anymore. You know, this little girl AOC wants to complain about there's too many cows and their farting is what's killing the planet, which we all know is bogus. But the cost of the food this year to keep those cows, cattle farmers aren't going to be running as many cattle next year because nobody's going to be able to afford them this year. They're going to eliminate the cows and create an even bigger problem because rather than have an abundance, we're going to have fewer next year because of what's going on. This deliberate game plan. We're all getting ready to lose big time. If you're not growing for yourself, you're not going to be able to survive. You're not going to afford to survive, which is part of their game plan. Prices are going to go through the roof this year, everybody, because of all of the flooding across the United States. And you're not going to be able to afford good food. There isn't any good food in a grocery store anyways. I talked about it in one of my other videos. You want to check that? A mineral-rich tomato that you should be consuming will sink in a glass of water. Get a so-called fresh tomato from the grocery store and stick it in a glass of water. I'll bet you it floats, which means it's not mineral-rich, which means it's actually bad for you. All of your tomatoes should sink in a bowl of water, right to the bottom, mineral-rich. It won't. Bad food. And that's what they've been feeding you for years. And it's going to get worse. And it's going to get more expensive. Here's the way to fix it. Get my book. Grow your own. I'm going to get out of here, everybody. I will see you all Monday night. I hope you all can make it. Again, it's Just in Time Prepping. The link is above. I'll see you guys all there. Y'all have a great day. Have an incredible weekend. We'll talk to you all later. Have a good one, everybody.